Julie Lenarz is founder and executive director of the Human Security Centre. It's a London-based research centre on security threats, and she's on the line now. Good evening.
Good evening, Mary.
Do you believe that the most likely scenario here is that this is a revenge attack following on the arrest of Salah Abdel Salam last Friday?
Well, I think it depends on what you define as a revenge attack, because obviously, given the sophisticated nature of the attack and the coordination involved, this was something they must have planned for quite a while. It's not something they could have pulled up from one day to the next, because Abdel Salam was just arrested a couple of days ago. But it could have been, it can be possible, of course, that triggered by his arrest, they have decided to change the time schedule of another attack that was already in the pipeline, if you like. And then we have to wait and see until more information comes in, and we have to wait and see whether this was a revenge attack or perhaps an attack triggered by the fear that he could give away information, or that the police could obtain information in the process by investigating him that could potentially lead them to the people still active.
Julie, does your research and knowledge tell you that Brussels and Belgium is a major centre for the planning and operational events behind these attacks?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Brussels is one of the hot spots, if you like, of European jihadism for quite a long time now. If you look at the number of foreign fighters from Belgium, for instance, they're twice the number as they are from France, and 4th time the number of fighters coming from the United Kingdom. So Belgium, a tiny country, but with a very large Muslim population, living in those notorious suburbs such as Molenbeek. And many of the attacks have already taken place in Europe. For instance, the shooting in the Jewish Museum in Brussels earlier in 2014, as well as the failed attack on the Thales train last year, they were all linked back to this particular neighborhood. It is a network of people. They all know each other. They fought alongside each other in Syria, in Iraq. They're coming back. They're reuniting, and then they are carrying out attacks on our streets.
And given that knowledge and those scenarios that you outline, is Belgium woefully underprepared to deal with attacks like this? A counter-terrorism official last week saying police resources in the country were already stretched to the limit.
I would agree with that. I mean, if you look at the security apparatus, for instance, in the UK or France or Germany, countries that also have issues with Islamic terrorism, and you look at the strategies in place and the counter-extremism and counter-radicalization strategies in place, Belgium is really lagging behind there. This is also due to the very fragile nature of the Belgian state in itself. And we've seen in the past, not only with reference to Islamic terrorism, but also with respect to other crimes, that the Belgian authorities have failed to adequately respond to such threats.
I know you monitor various websites and Twitter accounts for claims of responsibility. We heard the prosecutor earlier talking about Islamic State, although those claims of responsibility have not as yet been verified. But would you believe that this is the work of a cell of Islamic State?
I would say so, because first of all, the announcement was made by a media source very close to the Islamic State, and they have proven valid in the past. So there is no doubt on this side to doubt this claim. And then on the other hand, also the nature of the attack, the pattern of the attack, especially in the context of previous attacks we've seen unfolding on European streets. I think this very much is the modus operandi of the Islamic State. The only possible alternative would be Al-Qaeda, but right now I would say everything points to the Islamic State.
So we have the question of the security response, the police response, but I know you wrote after the Paris attack, I suppose, about the response of the citizenry, and after Paris you said the perpetrators wanted to bring Paris to its knees, but they've only brought Paris to its feet. Do you think we'll see something similar in Brussels?
Well, I certainly hope so, because let's not forget what these people want to do. They want to change our way of life. They want to take away our freedom. They want to strike fear in our hearts. I mean, this is the purpose of all of this. This is the purpose of asymmetrical warfare, and it only works, it only succeeds if we allow them to do that. So I think the best response to these terrorist attacks is to stand united and say, you can kill us and you can bring down our houses, but you will never ever be able to destroy our way of life. This is something you cannot take away from us. I think this is the best response that you can give to an attack such as we've seen in Paris today, in Brussels today.
At the same time, though, Julie, does it require all of us, all major cities around Europe and around the world, to step up security, to change our way of life to some extent?
Well, there is a fine balance we have to strike between appropriate security measures and not impeding too much on our way of life, because that would only give in to what they want. And we have to be honest with ourselves here. There is no 100% guarantee that we can prevent these attacks. These so-called soft targets like schools, kindergartens, metro stations, places of worship, they are impossible to protect 24/7 every single day. This is not possible. The terrorists, they know that they exploit those weaknesses. They know asymmetrical warfare always works in favor of the group carrying out the attack, not in favor of the state trying to prevent it. This is something that we must live with, but I think it is a manageable threat, and every year our security services are preventing hundreds of these attacks from taking place. But let's remember, they have to be lucky once, we have to be lucky all the time, and this is something that will keep on happening no matter how many police officers we have on the street and how much surveillance we implement and monitor people. This is something we will never be able to prevent 100%.
Can we do it better, though? Can we have better inter-country relationships, inter-country sharing of knowledge of security services and so on?
Yes, that's definitely something we have to get better at, and I think we've seen improvements in the aftermath of the attacks in Paris, that people have realized we need cross-border intelligence sharing, because as we've seen, these terrorists, they do not appreciate nation states, they do not believe in France or Belgium or Germany or Britain. For them, we are all the same enemy, and I think we need the same approach. We need solidarity, and we need intelligence sharing, and we have to get much better and much quicker at this, and we have to fight these people basically with the same strategies of cross-border cooperation, just like they basically operate as well.
Julie, thank you for your time this evening. Julie Lenarz, Founder and Executive Director of the Human Security Centre. It's a London-based research centre on security threats. We're going to take a break.